Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. I read books, review books, recommend books, all that good stuff. It is a booktube. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a minute. I feel like every YouTuber says this. Like, it's been a while. Like, I haven't been on here for a minute, but like, life really just goes by. Like, the last time I recorded a video was December 25th. Like, I was getting ready to go to Trinidad. And so it hasn't been 3 full months, but almost. Good things have happened since then. I had my 1-year booktubeversary. I don't know. 1 year of being a booktuber, so I'm really excited about that. One of my videos got to over 1K views, and I love that it's Black Cake too, because I like really loved that book, and so like I'm glad that that's the review that's like really like going places. And so yeah, I'm back to do another book review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Nightcrawling by Leila Mottley. I actually read this one like 2 months ago when I was in Trinidad. I just haven't had the time to review it. I actually got it from my friend Michelle. I didn't purchase it. I was going to anyway, but it was just good that we were able to just swap. I actually gave her Black Cake, and then she swapped to this one with me. So just gonna quickly talk about like what the book was about without giving spoilers, of course. Talk about like some of the things that I liked, disliked, and of course encourage you to read it at the end. Okay, so Nightcrawling, basically the story is about the main character is Kiara, teenage girl, and she is living in East Oakland, California. Her father is dead. Her mother is in jail. And so it's just her and her brother, who is also like a teenager. He's older than her, but they're still teens. They're really like struggling to pay like the rent for them. I think it's a motel that they live at. She's struggling because they both dropped out of school because obviously they can't afford it. So she's struggling to like find money to pay their rent. Her brother is trying to like live out his like rap career. Boo! Like he wants to be like a rapper, which is obviously at the moment bringing in no money to the household. Their landlord keeps like putting like eviction notices on their doors. So on top of her trying to like provide for herself and like take care of her older brother, within also the apartment complex next door, there's this younger boy, Trevor. I think maybe he was like 9 or 10 or even younger than that, whose mother was also struggling. Like she was on drugs, and so like in and out of the apartment, like couldn't really take care of Trevor. And so Kiara is trying to take care of herself, trying to take care of her brother, and also like trying to make sure that this her neighbor's son is taken care of. So they have like a really like strong relationship. You would think that Kiara's brother, the older one, Marcus, would like step up and be like, okay, maybe I need to put my rap career on hold and try to like get a job to like take care of the family and my younger sister. But like he doesn't. It's just like he's so tunnel vision on like, because their uncle had apparently like made it with his rap career. So the brother was like, yes, I can do it. Like I see it for myself. Not really like focusing on, yo, I could not have a house. I could not have something to eat in the next how much ever days. So one night, like Kiara's out, like she goes to like this bar, whatever, and ends up getting like into this situation with this white man who pays her to do the deed. And I'm not gonna say what deed because I do have some of my students on here, but the adults know what I'm talking about. And so it kind of like opens up a new possibility and a new job for her, because she's like, I just made hundreds of dollars doing this and I need this money. otherwise I'm gonna be evicted, and like I'm not gonna have anything. Marcus isn't gonna have anything. The neighbor Trevor is not gonna have anything. And so like she gets into it basically. And so the whole book is kind of like following along of like how dangerous the job is, and like the people that she's meeting. Like she's meeting other girls that's doing it along. She's by herself, but of course like on the street she's meeting other people. She's meeting like cops and those types of people that are like, you know, paying her to do the deed, or even those people that are like not paying after they've gotten their service given to them. I'm trying to be very PG. But yeah, the story just like follows along with that. It's interesting because I feel like this, like you want to know like what happens. So ultimately, her brother Marcus has these friends who are also like all trying to be rappers, and they get caught up in some sort of like drug bust. Marcus ends up going to jail. So now it's just Kiara and Trevor, the neighbor. The landlord or whoever it is, or people I guess, started talking, and Trevor gets taken away by ACS or whatever the company is over there. I'm assuming it's also ACS. He gets taken away. So now Kiara's just by herself trying to like figure out like what, like I need to keep doing this job to provide for myself, but like what am I even doing it for? Because Marcus is not here, Trevor's not here, and it's just like it's such a lonely, like cold world to be in, especially as like a young teenage girl. So ultimately, like I told you like a couple minutes ago, Kiara was like meeting like police officers that were like encouraging her to like, were paying her to do the deed, and some of them like would not pay her and give her like tips on like, okay, police are going to be around here at this time, stay away from there, this, that, and the third. And they were thinking that that was enough payment. And so they talk about that. And so eventually the police end up going to this big, like someone told, I don't know exactly who it was, but Kiara gets named as like a key witness in the whole like police dealing with like all these Nightcrawling girls and this and that. And so she works with a white lady lawyer who tries to like, first of all, get her out of trouble, and then she's like, we'll focus on your case first, and then we'll worry about your brother, this, that, and the third. I was actually going to say like how the book ended, but then I just changed my mind in the moment. I'm not going to tell you how the book ends, but just know that there's like a huge portion of the book where they're talking about like how she's going to have to like testify, and she's going to have to say things and basically like speak up as like a child in these like police cases involving Nightcrawling. And yeah, I won't say like what happens with her, I won't say what happens with Trevor, and I won't say what happens to Marcus. But really good read. Things that were interesting to me. I feel like this topic is not something that like I've seen much of in novels. And so I was like excited, I was like interested in reading about it, and like it's a topic worth knowing about, because in the like at the end there's like an author's note, and Leila, this is her right here, hopefully you can see, she was talking about like how this is where she grew up in like East Oakland, and she would always like hear stories about these girls, and like that's just the big stories that you hear. You don't know how many other like low-key stories are happening, and these girls are struggling at the hands of like police or just randos, even family members. And so I think it's worth reading about and knowing about. I enjoyed the fact that like the main character is like a young girl who just like bosses up and like does what she was supposed to do for herself, even though of course she didn't like make like a great decision with this career choice, but you know, like taking control of what she needs to do for herself, and even like helping out her family members and this neighbor Trevor. It's shedding a lot of light on just like Nightcrawling in general, because it's literally still happening today. You might not see it. I feel like I barely ever see it, only because of like in certain areas that I go with, like with my boyfriend, he'll say like, okay, like this is like where they be at, because he's seen it. And so I think it's a good topic to know about, and like shedding light on like police sexual violence, all that good stuff. And not in like an abrasive, like in your face, like this is what you need to know type of way, but like in a novel. So like you're entertained and you're reading it and you're like rooting for the main character, but at the end of the day, it's like I took away a lot of information that I didn't know before, and that is still like currently happening. I don't really have much dislikes about this book. I would say that the only thing I didn't like was that there was sort of like an unfinished ending. I didn't like how it ended. I feel like they could have been like more of like a nice bow on everything. But that could just like, it doesn't, like books don't have to end that way. They can end however they want, however the author wants. And this is how she chose to end it, which it doesn't take away from the book at all. So yeah, I think this might have been like a pretty quick review. I know I said a lot. I hope I didn't like miss anything. But overall, good read. Good, it's entertaining. It's not like too abrasive, given the topic that they're talking about. And it is like, it teaches you things. And so I would recommend it. I don't know how many stars I would give. Maybe like 4. Yeah, 4. Decent read. So yeah, let me know if you have read this before, if it's on your TBR, to be read list, or if now you're gonna add it because of my lovely review. That's it for now. I'm currently reading To Kill a Mockingbird, but just gonna let you all know right now, I don't think I'm gonna be reviewing that book, just because number one, it's old, and I try to like, it's more of like a classic, and I try to review like current books that people are like feeling right now. It's also so slow, but everyone has said like just take your time, it gets better at the end. So I'm about halfway through. I'm not gonna review it. The next one I'll review would be something more like current and modern. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you again in the next video. In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. See you guys. Bye.